What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Workhorse, ticker symbol WKHS. It was up yesterday. It's up about 30% today. There was news that was released yesterday into today that is a huge catalyst for why the stock is surging. We're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about exactly where I see this going long term and what factors are going to play into it. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss this one. First of all, let's get into it. This was the news that was released. It was written at 1:05 a.m. this morning as of Tuesday, but it was released yesterday. Biden says entire federal fleet will be replaced with electric vehicles. We know about his green initiative. He's been consistent throughout his campaign and since he was inaugurated. And this article just explains a little bit more of exactly what they're looking for and what they're looking to do and why it's going to matter. This would be the largest mobilization of public investment in procurement infrastructure and R&D since World War II, which is huge. The U.S. fleet is made up of 645,000 vehicles, which include 245,000 civilian, 173 military, and 225 post office vehicles. Now we know that Workhorse the price was driven up last year, mainly on the catalyst of that it might have a contract, like it says right here, with the USPS. However, it has stalled. There's been no confirmation that they're going to choose to work with Workhorse, or they're going to get the contract to be able to create those vehicles. But however, there is a little bit of motion that's kind of leading me to believe it. And if it doesn't happen, any type of, US based EV market is going to accelerate from it. This is what the vehicles currently look like from Workhorse. They produce these vans, trucks types, for UPS, for FedEx, for DHL, which kind of gives me, a little inclination. All right, well, USPS already knows that they work with the three other largest mail providers in the United States. So that's a good incentive for it. But let's talk about why Workhorse Group isn't a shoe-in. Right here, like I said, it's inevitable that most speculators have focused on its potential of winning the USPS contract. However, it hasn't gone through as of yet. One of the other things is right here, to cut down on that expense, Workhorse has proposed an all-electric solution, which is what they're looking for. Indeed, it's the only company among the three contestants vying for that contract that is all electric. Hence, many are excited about the possibility of Workhorse stock as an underlying company is the greenest as well. However, the USPS must also think about another kind of green, which is the moolah, the economical variety, which makes the Workhorse narrative a little bit more complicated. However, I want to highlight this at the end, guys. Plus, USPS delivery vehicles go through a lot, covering vast amounts of terrain across different environments. In terms of overall savings, the native attributes of EVs, such as regenerative braking, make the platform compelling for last mile solutions. Combine that with zero emissions, Workhorse stock seems to be a no-brainer. This article came out earlier this month. So this, like I said, it's all speculative. It's all the speculative that's driving for it. However, the most important is that this I believe is going to happen. Not only just the electric vehicles, but just the fact of his green initiative is going to propel all of these stocks in so many different green initiative or industries further. Okay, right here it says the government is a major purchaser of vehicles. However, replacing such a vehicle with an American produced EV will be costly and take time. There are currently only a handful of all electric vehicles being assembled in the US. We know they have a plant in both Indiana and Cincinnati. The headquarters is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Sorry, their main plant is in Indiana. Which is huge, guys. This talks about GM, talks about Ford. We've seen that stock go up. We've seen Tesla stock go up. If you haven't seen my last video, I'm gonna leave it right up here for you. But I said I predict Tesla going to 1,500. There's a few different catalysts in that. One being their initiative in the semi truck space being produced in Nevada and their gigafactory there, as well as Nancy Pelosi buying options. I just find that to be a little bit too ironic. But he said the fleet changeover will assist his administration plans to create 1 million new jobs. And however, they're also looking for stricter use of American-made parts in the government purchased vehicles, which will make it even more difficult to switch over the fleet. He wants it at least 50% American-made. Okay, like I said, this is mainly about GM, Ford, and Tesla, but speaking of, Tesla as well, there's indicators right here. Best indicator yet, a Tesla semi-truck is coming soon, and Tesla refers to semi-truck production lines at Gigafactory in their new job posting. So if you haven't seen that video, check out that video. It's going to be huge. As well as we know the Biden administration is going to offer amazing incentives to all of these companies, especially before the tax or the corporate tax gets raised, they're going to offer, green tax incentives for these companies to, regenerate new, new vehicles for their fleets. These trucks go through an absolute immense amount of driving every single day. So let's look at the analyst a little bit right here. It says it's a strong buy. It's got it at the 26.2 mark. This was done 3 months ago, so it's a little bit late. High of 30. We know it's just over 30 as of right now. However, it's a strong buy. Even more important, guys, look at this. And I was pretty surprised by this. I didn't expect to see this that much. Institutional holdings. This is the NASDAQ.com. I always look at institutional holdings for a couple reasons. One being the fact that anybody that controls much more money than I do, I want to know what they're doing, what they're investing their money in. I don't follow it. However, it's a little bit of a confirmation and gives me a little bit of an affirmation that I'm making the right decision. But right here, increased positions, 22 million shares, decrease of 4. And the new and sold out positions is 11 to 1.5. I mean, that's like a 7 to 1 ratio, which is huge. For all of you guys that follow Kathy Wood of ARC, we know she's a huge role model and, somebody that we all look up to and respect very well. And it says right here, the ETF now owns 1.36 million shares. They added to their portfolio in December. It makes up their 18th largest position in the ETF. So like I said, it just gives you a little bit more affirmation. Let's look at the chart right here. It hit all-time highs. It was spiked, and earlier this summer. It came back up to a spike in September when these USPS talks were made, and then it kind of died out a little bit. And since then, it's been going up a little bit. It's making higher lows, which is a good sign. I think it might be slightly, if you're looking at from a straight a chart standpoint and speculative and so forth, an indicator reading, it might be a little bit on the overbought side, but it's currently trading at 32.09. I could definitely see it continue to stock up. Right now, they're producing 60,000 vehicles per year. They're expected to continue to increase that, especially as what's going to be play into a factor of this is before they raise that corporate tax, these corporations are going to want to be able to dump, back into their infrastructure and be able to regenerate their vehicles and all of their fleets. So I expect to see this go up. I don't have a price target exactly for this over the next 12 months. I expect it to get up to at least in the 40 range, giving it another 30% boost. I don't really have a long-term effect. The USPS contract is going to play very heavily on that. But all in all, guys, this is definitely going to be a good buy. If you don't have it in your portfolio and you're looking to add something to kind of diversify, this is definitely a good buy. I highly recommend it, especially one with the Green Initiative we talk about, but also being an American-based company that's really going to hit home to to the Biden to Joe Biden and his administration. At least that's what he portrays to us. So, guys, that's it for this video. Like I said, check out the other Tesla video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.